Hey, what do you hear? What do you say? My Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Google Plus, your sister's ass, the Pony Express, Vic Dibitetto here. I'm right here. You know, I was doing a little do and my mind was all over the place. What came first, the chicken or the egg? If a tree falls in a forest and no one is there, does it make a sound? You know, deep shit like that. And I was also sipping on a nice little red wine. So I was in the zone, if you know what I mean. Like, so in the zone, Einstein had nothing on me. Anyway, so I started thinking, I wonder what the worst place to live in America is. I mean, it's a thought, right? It's an interesting thought. I mean, we all think about where we want to live if we could, and we know there are lots of different places that are beautiful and wonderful to live all over this beautiful land of ours. Now, if you like the beach, there are gorgeous beaches. Or if you like the mountains, there are so many great mountain ranges, and if you like the city, there are great cities or areas in the cities that are great to live. So, what do you do when you're stoned and drunk and you have a thought that you need answers to? Well, that's right. You start Googling. You pick up your phone or your device and you start Googling. Or Goonie Googling is what I call it. When I smoke a little babanya, have a little nectar of the gods, and then pick up my phone to do a little research. Okay, now you may ask, so Vic, tell me, what defines the worst state to live in? Is it a high crime rate? Is it a high poverty rate, lack of jobs, or maybe, just maybe, it's something else? Some people might view a state with few urban areas and a low population as the worst state to live in. Now, others may classify a really populated state with a high cost of living as the worst. Now, for me, personally, I'm simple. I'm a simple guy. If your pizza, Chinese food, and bagels suck, then fuck that dirtwater hillbilly cousin fucker town. Okay, anyway. What I found is that there's not just one defining factor that makes a state a lousy place to live. There's lots of different factors that help you figure out the worst states in the U.S. to live in. As an example, the U.S. News and World Report has a best states rankings. Their report looks at factors like education, healthcare, the economy, job opportunities, quality of life, infrastructure, and public safety. I'd say those are important things, right? Am I right or am I right? Okay, so based on all those factors I mentioned above, what state was ranked the worst state to live in? Louisiana. Louisiana was ranked as the worst state to live in. And why? Well, apparently, Louisiana ranked worst in the nation for job opportunity, crime and corrections, and environmental issues. I mean, who was right on Louisiana's ass in the second place? Alabama, of course, who ranked last for education, and Mississippi was third worst, ranking last for healthcare. Is anyone really surprised? I mean, everything I learned about the Deep South when I was a kid growing up was this. A few hillbillies can become multimillionaires and move to Beverly Hills. The rest stay back and drink moonshine and eat squirrels. The sheriff of a small town doesn't need to carry a gun, and in some towns, a pig can be the smartest person. Anyone ever watch Green Acres? Well, anyway, here's the top 10 worst states based on jobs, healthcare, education, crime, and environment. Okay, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, West Virginia, New Mexico, Arkansas, Alaska, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Pennsylvania. I got to say, I'm a little surprised at Pennsylvania. A little bit. And I figured New Mexico is full of artists painting sunsets, deserts, and cactuses. But what do I know? Anyway, don't be pissed off at me. I'm just a messenger. I have been all over the United States, and I can find good and bad things to say about everywhere. And that's that. That's the yin and the yang of life, the ebb and the flow, the day and the night, the boxers and the you bet, the starter and the closer, the kicker and the holder. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. What the fuck am I talking about at this point? I don't know. He's on third, and I don't care. Here's the deal. I ain't moving to Louisiana from one thing. I bet the pizza sucks moose cock.